Wait, is it Zoom call?
All right, and I am recording.
All right. So welcome back, everybody, to our first virtual Octoberfest family weekend. It's been a good day so far, so we're going to keep it going. For those of you who joined us at Camp Fantastic this summer, you'll recognize a familiar face on the screen right now, our friend David Tutera. Welcome back, David.
Thank you. It's a new season, so new ideas to have some fun.
Well, we're happy that you decided to come join us for another activity. I know everybody loved the flower making activity. I know kids, we were seeing posts like weeks after camp ended and everything. So parents got involved and everything too. So I'm sure everybody is super excited now for this fall craft that you have planned for us today. So, and you have your daughter as your helper joining us today.
Here is going to help me a little bit, and we're excited to bring some fun, simple, creative crafting again.
All right, well, I'm going to turn it over to you. So make sure, everybody, that you have all of your wooden craft, your painted wood block that you should have painted earlier today, painted orange, there we go, so that we can get started. Dave, I'm getting a message from somebody that they can't hear.
They can't hear us?
Let me check.
Yeah, tell them to put it in the chat box and I'll talk with them. That's at
It's
their
in the
end.
chat box, Dave.
Okay. Unfortunately,
Yeah,
that's at their end. I'll talk them through it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's Marga.
All right, so David, I'm going to throw it over to you and your fabulous furry looking witch you have in the background there.
Thank you. That's our new little gnome over here.
Oh.
Prepare for the harvest season. It's on Halloween. Listen, this is really simple to do, and I want to have fun with everybody. So I always start to say, there's never a wrong way of doing something creative. So I want to make sure that everyone doesn't have to copy me exactly, but they need to have fun in the process of doing it. Now, I know you have all your steps in front of you with all the different elements that you need, but we did start out with wood blocks in different shapes. Any shape is fine. Obviously, we can do a variety of shapes if you choose, and I'm hoping that most of you, if not all of you, have already painted your block the color orange, which if you choose to do a different color, it's totally okay. But we're basing this off of creating pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns and providing decorative concepts and ideas that you can use to decorate your home or to give as a gift to somebody for Halloween, or just if you want to give it to your parents or your siblings, which of course is always wonderful. So after your block has been painted and has dried fully, and I really do mean make sure it's not tacky or sticky, let it sit. We're going to now go through the process of creating a character. So we're going to turn your block into whomever you choose you want it to be. And I want it to be somewhat of a jack-o'-lantern, or it could be a ghost, or it could be a witch. It could be whatever you think you want it to be for the harvest season and, of course, for our upcoming celebration of Halloween. So what I need you to do is reach and get your pencil, because a pencil is a great way to start to line out the face that you're going to put on your jack-o'-lantern, which is your wood block painted orange. So grab your pencil, and I have 3 different samples that I practiced first, which I can have you guys do. I practiced them on just regular white paper. I took a Sharpie. This is before you transfer over to drawing it on with a pencil to your wood block. So this is one character I kind of created, sort of fun, and it doesn't have much detail because we're going to add the detail after we put this with a Sharpie onto the block. This was the second one I did. A little similar, different eyes, different personalities.
Nice eyelashes on that one.
That's a fun one too, but we're going to, again, add the details. You can do a boo one, a scary one, big mouth, but these are just 3 different concepts. So with your pencil and your wood block, I'm having the block go vertical. This way will not give you enough space to create the face. So by having it go vertical, you begin to now just take your pencil and begin lining out the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and a couple little details. So I'm going to do that with you in the pencil, and then we're going to take our Sharpie, our black Sharpie, and line over the pencil to bring it to more life, okay? So everyone just start to put your eyes, and I'm going to do with you right here, right now. Your eyes are going to get drawn on. And you should see the pencil markings. And don't go all the way up to the top of the block. Give yourself some space here. There'll be a reason for that later. And some space down here, which we're going to detail out later as well. We're going to funnel on the sides as well, just to give it some more festive look. So you've got your two eyes on there. Can you see the two eyes?
Little bit.
Slightly.
Yeah,
I'll bring it to life. And then you can do a really fun nose, and then you're going to do a mouth. So I'm going to go jump ahead of you for a second. So I've lined it out with the pencil, but here's where it's going to come to life with the black marker, okay? So watch this. Now I'm going to go over my lines of the pencil.
Oh, yeah.
Right? You can see that, right?
Yeah, that makes it really stand out. Looks like candy corn.
Yes. Fun nose. And then the mouth is sort of cool. Watch me do the mouth. Do a little half smile there, a little smile there. And then I just connect it with a squiggly line.
Ah.
And now we're getting a lantern.
Yeah.
And now the fun starts. Now the fun comes, okay? Let me show you what I want you to do with the eyes first. You're going to draw a little half moon, another half moon,
Nice.
and then I'm going to put a couple eyelashes. It's a boy, it's a girl, we don't know right now. Just do little curves. I'm going to do 3 on mine. You can do 4, you can do 5.
Very
And
nice.
then you're going to take this portion here, and I want you to color that in. So now you're going to color in the top of the candy corn. Don't color in the round center here. Don't color in the pupils. Just color in these two sections on both eyes. You're bringing to life your jack-o'-lantern. What's kind of cool about this is, think about this, when you're making one with a real pumpkin at home, you have to be super careful. You have to make sure you've got someone, parent always with you when you're carving out your pumpkin. It gets messy, and sometimes it doesn't last long enough over the next couple of days. So this is something you can make now, have it out all the way up to Halloween, and then, of course, you can keep it out a little bit longer, maybe even up to Thanksgiving during the whole harvest season. So we're starting to see that, coloring in the eyes.
Nice. Yeah, everybody's working hard coloring.
Good. So now the tips of the eyelashes. What I want you to do is put a little tiny circle. Just a tiny, little tiny circle there. Can you see that?
Yeah.
We'll do it on the other side. There we go. Now we're going to do the same thing with the nose. We're going to color the entire nose in, again with the black Sharpie. That gives it the depth, as if you're looking into the jack-o'-lantern. So I'm going to color in the nose. And you're going to see something really cool when I finish this one, because the fun thing about the block is that not only are you creating one side with a design, I'm going to show you that you can create 2 characters, one on one side and one on the other. If we have time to do that, that's great, but you can always do that after we're done here today. So now my nose of my jack-o'-lantern is popping out, see?
Oh, awesome.
So when you're done with that, we're going to do the same little dots on the little ends of the smiles. There we go.
You guys are working hard. I see everybody hard at work. We got everybody. Oh, nice set. We got some folks really concentrating on these faces. It's awesome.
There's a lot of serious
Good.
concentration.
You know, it's kind of fun if you think about it. I remember when I was a kid, one of my first memories of Halloween, I dressed up as a ghost, right? And the one thing I remember my mom saying was that when you put the sheet over your head and you create the eyes and you create the whole look, you can create a happy ghost, a scared ghost, a silly ghost. It's the same thing with what we're doing here. A little slight adjustment in how you have the eye colored in, or the eyelashes. If you add, let's say, 5 eyelashes instead of 3, it changes the personality that you're bringing to life. I mean, think of yourself. Every kid has a different personality. Every adult has a different personality. And on certain days, we're happier than other days. Today's hopefully a really fun day because we're putting crafts together and making your wood block literally come to life. And here's another way to bring texture and detail in a really easy way. Now, I went out and got a white Sharpie. The white Sharpie is going to give you the ability now to bring to life the more depth, the more characteristics of your pumpkin. So the center eye here where I left it still orange, I want you, when you get to this point, to take your white Sharpie and now color in the orange of the eye.
Oh, yeah.
See? Do that on the other one. I had fun this morning. I made so many different ones. I'll show you in a moment, but it was fun. And Ciela was watching. And she's like, well, Daddy, what are you doing? Why are you, creating this on a block? And how are you going to make this look really cool? And you'll see each little step will make a difference. Take your white marker. If you choose, I now add a little tiny white dot just on the black dots. Again, giving it a little bit more detail. And then we can even do a little dash, a little sort of light, like right there. See that little line I did? You do it there. It's sort of like just the shadow of the eye. And you can do a little bit of it right there. And a little bit of it right there. And then also the dots on the mouth, one there perhaps. Another one. Little detail, little details, bringing it to life.
It's awesome. You can like create your own pumpkin patch with all these and do different sizes.
Exactly.
Awesome.
You guys on the white part yet? Are you still coloring in the white or the black?
Looks like a couple
So
people are still working here and there.
Goes from just this one dimension into a 2-dimension character. Now, I'm going to put this block down for just a second, and I'm going to bring to you one of my other friends that I finished earlier today, and he has 2 personalities, or she has 2 personalities. This is one friend, and I'm going to show you how we're going to finish this, because this is now where you have fun with faux flowers and with ribbon. Hopefully you guys have a glue gun. Cold glue gun is preferable, but a colder hot glue gun, I want you to have a parent with you working with a hot glue gun. But this is where, check this one out.
So cute.
Darling.
Same face, but we're going to do all of this together. Our next steps are going to be bringing together now the texture and the detail. And the cool thing about this is if you could put this on a mantle in your house, you can put it on your desk while you're doing schoolwork. Like I said, you can give it to your family or friends. But look, watch, I'll turn my friend around. He's totally different. He's kind of a little kooky, this one. And I'll show you how to bring these guys to life as soon as everyone's ready, because the next steps are just about layering. We're going to layer a lot of different things to bring it to life. I'm just going to show you some of the stuff I have here while you're still possibly putting in the white ink into the details. But I took orange flowers because it's perfectly in season. This is like a Gerber. This would be a Gerber, would be the real name of the flower if it were real. These are all fake. And I just cut them off the stem. So the stems, I took a wire cutter, and this one I was able to use a scissor because it's just plastic. It had no wire. Sometimes you could pull them right off. But we have a bunch of these that we can use for any flowers that you have that you're working with. And I also have a lot of leaves. You can work with leaves from outside. I mean, I'm surrounded by tons of leaves outside for autumn, but I would prefer if you actually use faux ones, because then you can actually put this away as the season's over. They're not going to dry and fall apart, and they'll be ready for you to take them out and see them again next year. So I've got fake leaves. I also have some different textures and colors. I went out and got these maple leaves, which have a little bit of glitter in them. I'm going to add those, and I have just a different, it's almost like a birch leaf in different colors. But again, they're all fake, all easy to work with, and super light. So if we're ready to get to the next step, if somebody can give me just a heads up on where everyone might be, I don't want to certainly rush ahead and have you guys not feel like you can do your best work.
Yeah, no, I think, David, I've been kind of scanning through, and it looks like everybody's kind of finished with their faces and everything and ready to move on to that next step of actually giving this character some style.
Let's bring him to life. Let's give him some detail and texture. So let's start off with the top of the block. So the top of the block, have it face you, facing you right now. And I want you to begin layering. The first layer that's going to go down onto the top of your block will be the flat leaves. So whatever you have flat, you're going to take the flat leaf, the back of the leaf, take your glue gun, and just give it a couple dabs of glue. There we go. And again, if you're working with a hot glue gun, please have your parent or friend help you. And if you're working with a cold glue gun, obviously it's much easier to work with and a little bit safer. So you'll have the glue on the back of it. You're going to now press it down on the top. You can kind of call it like a little bit of a hat we're creating. So that's one side. And you're going to layer a couple of them. Different sizes, start placing them on top, one over the other, to give it some height. I'm going to put another leaf there. And then I'm going to take a third one. You can also think of it like, I just thought of this just now as I was doing this with you. It's kind of like your block or your pumpkin was outside, the wind blew, and the leaves kind of fell on top, which is kind of neat because it just sort of fell from the tree as the season keeps having the leaves fall. And they're in beautiful colors right now. Where I am, I'm in Connecticut right now, and the leaves out here in Connecticut are ridiculously beautiful. We have a little girl, her name is Gracie, she's 21 months old, and our daughter Cielo, who some of you might have met, is 7. They went outside when I remember being a child, and we were throwing the leaves up in the air, and the leaves falling down on Gracie. She, again, 21 months, and she thought that was the coolest thing, seeing leaves falling onto her that were basically coming from the trees and us throwing them from the ground up. That's kind of what we're doing here. We're throwing the leaves up, we're letting them land onto our block. So now we've got, he's getting kind of more silly the way he looks right now. I'm going to add one more leaf for a little bit of height. You can take a leaf, it's almost like a sycamore leaf. You can take this leaf, and if you just kind of fold it in half, just to give it so it has a little bit more texture, almost like crumpling up a piece of paper, take another leaf or two, and then add that leaf onto the top. I'm going to add another one here. There we go. Now we're layering. This is all about layering. I always say there's sort of like this perfect placement of layering. Too little doesn't look like enough. Too much becomes too heavy. And just the right amount allows you to sort of see what's happening. You're seeing the texture, the layering, the detail. Now what I want you to do, after you got your leaves on, so you'll see I put 3 big ones down. I only put 2 here for this one onto the side. So it doesn't look like it's got a perfect symmetrical balance. And it's nice sometimes when you're creating and doing crafts that the eye looks at it and doesn't see like a perfectly symmetrical design. I like when things are sort of askew, which means they're, off to one side versus another. Now we're going to add the flower heads. The easier way to do this is not to put the glue on the back of this one, okay? Because there's, if you notice, you can see there's a little indentation. But you're going to take the glue gun, almost like put a pool of glue here. Just enough to let the glue adhere to the leaves. Because they're not on the wood block, because the leaves have gone down first. I'm going to put one here. Push it down, hold it, so it stays. I think I'm going to do one more. This will be fun. How's everyone doing? Everyone's doing well?
Looking good. You got some thumbs up. I see some leaves on the head. Kind of, some of them looks like my hair when I roll out of bed in the morning. So, Abby has been hard at work.
The Murgas look great too. You can see.
Yeah, we got some.
Oh yeah, that looks awesome.
From
Everybody
all
else
of the work that you do and the excitement that you have, and it's neat to see everyone's version of what we're doing. And I really don't want you to copy me. I want you to just be inspired by it, so you can, really create your own piece. So now, once you begin to continue the layer, you can even add, let me just show you one thing. I'm going to take these 3 little leaves, and I'm going to tuck them just at the very top. Now, I love fashion, and I love seeing how people sort of embellish or accessorize, I should say, when they go out. Sometimes you see someone that's wearing a hat, or gentlemen who are wearing tuxedos or suits put in a really cool pocket square for a little bit of detail and color. This is kind of like the feather on top of the hat. And this is going to go right in here, just to give it that extra little height. See that?
That is so fun.
Isn't that cool? Now, when we're done with this, when you guys tell me that we're kind of okay to go to the next step, working with ribbon and details is also another way to add unique texture. Now, I think one of the fabrics that's really great for the season, right, is burlap. Everyone know what burlap is? Burlap is a really great material to use for gardening. It's also great to use for decor. We're going to use it in a fun way here now to add maybe a bow tie to the bottom of your character here, or add details to the side for a little bit more playfulness. And I'll show you both versions right now. This is where we are currently. Now you'll begin to see what we're going to add to the bottom. The bottom here, our little friend here has a bow tie. A bow tie made out of a weaved, very thin burlap ribbon. There's no wrong or right on the ribbon here. So whatever you want to use. I have a couple options for you that I'm working with. So this has a little bit of a wire. It's called a French wire in it. So it allows you to, kind of move the ribbon and kind of give it some, like you mold the ribbon and it stays. You see how that works? So that gives you a chance to let the ribbon kind of have a life of its own when you're creating the bow tie. And when you're ready, I want you to cut the ribbon. This is about, I would say, 10 inches long. And when we cut that, now you have a short piece of ribbon. It's about the length of your thumb to about the middle of your arm. And all I want you to do is super easy. If you can take one end and bring it to here, to the middle. Can you guys see that?
Mm-hmm.
And take the other side. Now, watch. Just dent it in there and dent it in there. I'll take it apart. I'll do it again for you. Real simple. Take the end, bring it to the middle, Take the other end, bring it to the middle, push in, push in. Two options. Hold center, don't let go of the center. If you have a rubber band, or if you have a little bit of wire, I'm gonna ask you to use your glue gun because I know you all have one right now. Because all I need you to do is take your glue gun and put a dab of glue right in the center, just about maybe the thickness of a finger, and put it right there. I'll do that with you. And that's going to allow for your bow tie, for your character to stay in place. So now that you dabbed in the glue, take your bow tie, I'm pushing it down, and now the little bow tie is right there. See that?
Super cute.
Now I'm going to add, I added in the center of my original friend here, a couple fake berries to the center of the bow tie here. It's basically scraps from a lot of the stuff that I already was using. You can put a teeny little leaf there. Here's the berries that I was working with. They're just tiny little berries. I cut a couple of them off. And then you just glue those the same way. So we're going to add a little bit of glue now onto the top of the burlap bow tie in the center. A little dab of glue there.
So David, if they don't have berries, could they use something like a fun button?
Yes, I love the button. You can use button. You can use a little piece of tissue paper if you've got anything for texture. So there, again, nothing on this is about what item is better than an X. It's about your imagination. So using your imagination on something you might have right around the house or in a cabinet somewhere will be perfect. It's just to give you texture on top of texture. So I want to show you this one here we're working on, right? Where's my other friend? Where did he go? I have another one here somewhere.
They're coming alive.
Are they coming alive? Oh, this is what I wanted to show you. I'm sorry. So this is the other little detail that you can do. I found burlap ribbon. The polka dots on it.
Oh, cute.
So it's a little wider intentionally, and it has the texture of the burlap. And the polka dots, to me, I thought made it really fun. So what's great about this is depending on the size of your wood block, so whatever this length of your wood block is, from top to bottom, I want you to cut 2 pieces of ribbon that can go down the sides. And I'm going to show you, I've already pre-cut mine. I measured them out. Really simple. Same thing we're going to do. This has less of wire ribbon in it. So this molds a little bit, doesn't mold as easily as the other one. And that's intentional because I want to keep this very flat. It's going to be very flat along the sides. And what we're going to do is now add detail to the side of the block. We're going to glue the ribbon along the sides, kind of like we're dressing them up now. And I'm going to do that to both sides. So as you're cutting your ribbon, same process. We're back to our best friend right now, which is our glue gun. And I'm just going to dab on my block. There we go. 3 spots for glue. 1 at the top, 1 in the middle. You don't have to overglue this. And 1 at the bottom. And then we're going to take the ribbon and add it to the sides. Push it down a little bit where the glue is. And that's the side of your friend. I'm going to do the other side too.
Nice.
Same ribbon, same length. And same 3 steps of the hot glue or cold glue. 1, 2, 3. Everyone know what they're going to be for Halloween yet? Hope so.
We saw some costumes a little bit before this for our trunk or treat activity, but then I think some people are keeping it a surprise for our costume contest that we have coming up.
Oh my God. That's awesome. I don't know what I'm going to be yet. We usually go as a family. CLO picks a theme for us. One year we were the characters from The Wizard of Oz. So each of us, including my mom at the time, we all were dressed up as a family of Wizard of Oz. And then last year we were all black cats. And this year, I think we're doing a family of zombies.
Yes. That's
So
awesome.
here, your friend.
So cute.
You know what I realized? Isn't this cute? Because look you can actually put these together, and they make for a really great collection.
Yeah.
And you
They
can
look
the third size. You know, you could do a little baby one there with the family. Let me just clear this out because another element to give it some completed texture is, I'll show you. You put these on a tray. Right now I have it on a cutting block, but if you put them together like that, you can then create a little bottom with some leaves, some flowers. I actually got some pine cones, which are real, and you can add them down here. Also makes for, you can make this for your family, and you can put this in the middle of your table, which is a really great thing to do too. There you go.
Oh.
You want to get a little more creative. Just going to do one little detail to the bottom, which is taking the ribbon. This is the same burlap ribbon we were using earlier for the bow tie. Cut it, move it a little bit, just bending the wire, and then taking the wire ribbon and just having it go around the bottom. And that's kind of the completion of our friends. How are we all doing?
Looks awesome. A lot of people have taken some definite creative liberties with this. So
Good.
there we go. Yeah, everybody see David's that he's got his little family there and everything. So as you guys finish with yours, let's hold them up so we can all see them. I know there was a couple that were a little frightening. Oh, Logan, nice. And Dalton put the ribbon around the head. I like that. Oh, Jason and his brother, there's a spider on one. We've got some sitting on the table. Nice job, Hasset.
I was never able to web.
You were what?
I was never able to finish my web.
It looks like a great spider web to me. Parts of
What did
spider
you
webs.
Ask her what she used to create the web. I'd be very curious.
Used to do the web.
I used paint.
Nice. Really great.
Let's see. Good job, Travis. And these look great, guys.
Oh, Sawyer, I love yours. So cute. David, can you see all these?
I can't. I'm not being. Nothing's pulling up for me. I can't see them.
Do you have gallery view on instead of speaker
I
view?
do. Let's see. I don't want to mess anything up here right
Okay.
now.
How about if we ask everybody like we did Camp Fantastic, post some pictures on Special Love and we'll share them with David so he can see them all.
I would love to see everyone's creativity. Again, everyone's work is beautiful and everyone's uniqueness is what's most important. So I cannot wait to see what everyone does and has done.
Well,
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, they look really good. There's a lot of variety here, and I think this will be a project that that goes on for a while and can definitely be taken out next year too. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. It's fun to be able to create with everybody, and it's great to know that everyone's doing something different, which is what's most important. And here's the thing, guys. I always like to tell everyone, whether you're 4 years old or 94 years old, you know, creativity sort of just begins to happen when you start to think outside the box. So, you know, I just want you to make sure that when you're doing your next project with me or with someone else, I never want anyone to let you think that you can't do something. Because sometimes when you think you can't do it, you do your best work. And if you just sort of let yourself just begin to think and imagine, the imagination in all of your heads and in all of your hearts is what brings together all the beauty and all the festive creativity that can happen at any time of the year. So just have fun, because putting together crafts and making artistic projects is just about letting yourself not think about the present and think about what's happening at the moment, which will be beautiful like we create today. And I'm glad we had fun together, because that's the most important thing. And maybe some of you guys can do me a favor. Besides sending me pictures of your work, I'd love to see some great Halloween costumes after Halloween's over, so it's not messing up your surprises. So I'd like to see some great costumes as well.
Awesome. Well, yeah, we'll probably have plenty of good screenshots from the costume contest tonight. I did want to read you, David. You've got some comments here that everybody is just saying thank you so much for joining us again. Sawyer's mom said, thank you so much. Sawyer's excited to make a second one tomorrow. So I think a lot of these families are going to be doing some more, and thank you for your time. So we're happy to have you as officially part of the Special Love family now, and look forward to working with you on many other virtual camp weekends, as well as maybe an in-person one come 2020.
I would love that.
So thank you so much, though, for all your time and taking time out of your day to share your creativity and your time with us. And we really, really appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome at any time. I think the festive season of the month of December requires maybe something if it happens, I can come up with something great for you guys.
We can definitely have time for something for December. Now you've just locked yourself in.
We can make that happen.
Lots of witnesses.
That's right.
Yeah.
Great. Wonderful. All right. Well, thank you, David. Everybody want to give David a big how?
You guys can unmute yourselves and we can do a big how.
Okay.
Go. I see him on mute. Okay, I'm going to count to 3 and we're going to do a big how. Okay? Ready?
Brooklyn.
1, 2.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, David. Enjoy the rest of your weekend.
All right. Bye, everyone.
We'll see you guys at 5 o'clock. Bye.
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 Bye.